back with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing gifts to buy for certain types of book readers, writers, or just anybody interested in literary narrative. The first book I want to discuss is for those who love historical fiction, those who love fiction told from multiple perspectives, and those who love fiction that discuss countries that were shaped in its early days. The book that I recommend for those type readers is called The Tenderness of Wolves. This was written by Stef in 2006. It won the Cotes Prize, and it is a really beautiful narrative. It's set in Canada during the 1800s, and we follow a mother in search of her son who has left home after his very good and much older friend has been murdered. This book covers a lot of territory. We learn about First Nation people in Canada during the 18th century. We learn about the myriad of immigrants from Europe that came over to Canada. We learn about the immigrants who came over to Canada for religious reasons. And most interestingly for me, we learn about fur trapping in Canada and how it shaped the country's history. This book is also for anybody who loved movies like The Revenant, or anybody who loves wide sweeping landscapes and who likes books where the country or the place can be a narrator in and of themselves. The next book that I'm going to discuss is for lovers of language, lovers of short stories, lovers of fiction that really and truly leans on being fiction and is not always grounded in the real. That is not to say that this book is a book of magical realism. It's just a book where the reader really has to suspend their belief. But mostly this is for language lovers. And this book is called The Shell Collector, and it's by Anthony Doerr. For anybody who liked his Pulitzer Prize winning All the Light We Cannot See, specifically all of the beautiful language and metaphor in All the Light We Cannot See, this is the book for you. For readers who love play with structures, The Versions of Us by Barnett is your book. This book follows a couple as they meet, don't meet, meet in a different way, over and over again. I would say that it reads sort of like opening a Russian doll. For anybody who likes the movie Sliding Doors, this book is definitely something you should look into. And for book readers who like a young voice, the individuals in this book aren't young as in their children, but when they meet or don't meet, or meet in multiple different ways, they are in uni. So this book is something to check out if any of those things sound interesting to you. The next two books that I want to discuss are graphic novels. The first is Black Panther by Ta-Nehisi Cotes, which was penned earlier this year. This rendition of the Black Panther was truly excellent. I felt like Ta-Nehisi Cotes really did his homework in terms of figuring out how to tap into the Black Panther narrative and keep it fresh while still staying true to what the narrative is all about. I hope to get this book in volume form under the tree this Christmas. Here's keeping my fingers crossed. And another graphic novel that I hope to get in volume form, and which I currently have in edition form, and which is not even my own edition, is Monstress by Marjorie Liu. And it follows individuals caught in a war. The thing that I loved most about this is how it made the idea of war and the reasons that wars are fought extremely personal. I will say that Monstress is not for those who don't like to read about violence. It's not for the faint of heart. I didn't have a problem with it, but I will also say that if you like themes that deal with the human condition, the human heart, the bad things that good people can do, the good things that bad people can do, and all the complexities that come with living in the world, whether it is the real world or a fictitious world that makes the real world seem even more real, then looking into Monstress as a gift for yourself or a gift for somebody else that you know is that kind of reader is a great idea. Finally, since short stories are a love of mine, I want to recommend an edited edition that is pretty well known but that does not get as much love as the best American short stories, and that is the O. Henry Prize stories. The O. Henry Prize stories comes from a long literary lineage just like the best American short stories, but I find that the O. Henry Prize stories sometimes tap into voices of newer writers And also, I like the feedback that the O. Henry Prize story winners give at the end of the book. And the other reason that I like to read the O. Henry Prize stories is because it lets me know who's publishing newer voices. If you know somebody who's a writer, this is a way to give them really well curated short stories that run the gamut. It's a very thoughtful gift. So that's it. That's all. Different type books for different type readers that can be gifted or that you can gift yourself with. Keep reading, keep writing, keep reviewing, like and comment if this video was good for you, and stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to talk about my favorite Audible books and my favorite Audible readers. Bye now.